probably want to change your x-axis to count by half pies. If you're using the 84, it's already counting by half pies. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is put the left-hand side in y1. So -1 plus 2 sine of pi over 3x. That's going to go in y1. y2, you can put a 0. If you put a 0, then you're going to be looking for intersections. If you don't put the 0, you can just look for zeros. It doesn't really matter. Do not waste your time graphing it. You have it on your calculator. I don't think you need to graph it.
Define the solutions.
You said make sure it's counting by what?
Half pies.
Or zero.
If you're using the 84, it counts by half pies if you use Zoom Trig.
Oh, I got a goofy with this.
Wait, what? Oh, okay.
Okay, I just put it in, and mine is currently not counting. I have not Zoom Trigged. It's doing based on the last problem we just did. Okay,
Mine's kind of a.
so it looks like that. You don't have to sketch it. We're just going to go ahead and find all of our answers right here on our calculator. Now, it's asking us to find specific answers. We need two. You need a coming out of the water answer and a going into the water answer. If this was Monty on the water wheel, he would be coming out of the water here and going in here. Or he would be coming out of the water here and going in here. It doesn't matter which ones you find first. So I don't care. Do y'all want to do the ones that are all the way over, or do you want to do the ones in the positive axis? This one? Okay. So I'm going to do second trace, and I did not put the 0 in, so I'm looking for zeros.
Yeah, 0.5. Oh, you're going the other way.
Yeah, wait.
Aw, man.
0.5.
So I got x equals 0.5. That's this answer. I'm going to put a square around it, a green square.
Oh, I can't put a square on my calculator.
No, but there's a reason why I'm doing that. Now I'm going to find the other one.
And 2.
Okay, there are my two specific answers. Now the reason I put a square around one and a circle around the other is because I want to make sure that we get the other two answers that show on our screen that match up. So I need this one and this one. How am I going to find the square?
5.5.
Mine is, I'm going to take my square answer, which was 0.5, and I'm going to subtract.
On a circle.
What's my period this time? Because you're always going to subtract your period. Or add your period. How do you find your period?
The length of top to top or bottom to bottom.
Peak to peak, valley to valley, or in this case, I have the equation, and so I know my B value. What's your B value?
2.
It's 6.
So,
No, it's not. Take it back. I tried
what's
to-
your B value in your equation?
No, it should
Pi
not.
over 3.
Pi over 3. So I can calculate my period.
So is it?
So period
It's
equals
2 pi over.
period equals 2 pi over B. So period equals 2 pi over pi over 3.
I was wrong,
5, 3 over pi.
Keep, switch,
I
flip.
it was 6.
What happens to your
PJ.
pies?
It is 6.
I didn't say you were wrong. You answered the wrong question.
You said what was P?
I said what is B?
Oh.
And you said 6. B wasn't 6. B is pi over 3. P is 6. But everybody needs to know how we found it. So we find our period to be 6, which means I can now find this square. What should this square be?
Negative 5.5.
Negative 5.5. How did you get that?
6 minus 5.
Or 6 minus
0.5.
I did 0.5 minus 6.
Yeah.
So my specific answer that I found first was x equals 0.5. I also found x equals 2.5. I had to find two specific answers because I have a coming out answer and a going back in answer. Then I need to find the relationship. Well, we just found the relationship. Each specific answer, if we wanted to go that direction, what would we do to each answer?
Add 6.
Add 6. If we need to go that direction, what do we do?
Subtract
Subtract 6. Now let me show you how you're going to write that, because we can't, of course, it can't just be that easy. We have to write x equals my specific answer, which, by the way, if you found negative 5.5 as your specific answer, that's fine. It doesn't matter.
You have to include both of them?
You are going to add 6 in. That in means I can add as many times as I want. In could be 1,
Oh, so that's
and
what
I would just be adding
that's what
6.
that meant initially.
N could be 2, and I'd be adding 12. So I'd go past this set and onto this set. N could be 3, and you'd be adding 18, so you'd be going to this set. Now, N could also be negative 1, which means you'd be subtracting 6. N could be negative 2, and you'd be subtracting 12. Does that make sense? So that's one of my answers. The other one's going to be 2.5 plus 6n, where n is an integer. What does integer mean?
I don't know, that's what I was wondering yesterday.
Oh.
They're like,
What year do y'all learn those?
I don't know. We haven't really.
Probably freshman year, but we didn't learn anything there.
Integers are what you used to call as a kid whole numbers, but whole numbers are a whole different category. Integers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. No fractions, no decimals. 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Those are integers. Positive and negative numbers, no fractions or decimals. So whenever you use this notation, n has to be an integer because we don't have half trips.
Integer.
If we took
Integer.
integer.
Is it almost like a whole number?
Integer.
That's been integer.
What did
Integer.
I just say?
Well, I get what you're saying, it's just as long as I have a fraction or decimal, it's really number, right?
Positive or negative.
Oh.
It technically can't be called a whole number because whole numbers are only positive.
Okay.
So that's why we call them integers,
Well,
because
you
it
know what? I'm
includes the
trying to
negative
connect
numbers as
things.
well.
Get connected.
Okay.
What are we writing?
Education connected.
All right, try number 2.
Try.
Get it on your face.
Dang, Nick.
What is this?
Kick the camera over.
Now hit the camera over. Hey, look, look. Alright, then. You told me to do it. Exactly, let's see this, I really appreciate that. Okay. So, do some. Do something really. No, I don't do it. That's fine. One.
Yes. I don't know if you guys are or not. I need to.
So if it doesn't give me.
Four?
Sure,
Minus 4.1.
that's fine. Okay.
I think we're.
That's good.
Are you finding the other side?
No.
What the heck is going on?
How'd you get 2.14?
Oh,
There,
there it is,
4.14.
right there.
I did do it.
1.14, that's it.
Oh, that is. There.
Nerdiger.
I don't know if I'm the period now since it doesn't.
The period divided by 2 times 0. So.
I think this is wrong. Okay.
2 pi over 1.
B is 1.
Wait, what? Negative six. You say negative six or negative nine?
Okay,
Yeah, that's.
So how do you find the period if I don't know the
B is 1.
where's your b value?
It didn't give it anymore.
Then what does it mean it is?
I don't.
Zero.
One.
1.
Can't be 0 because if it was 0, the x would
That's one,
completely
so it's
disappear.
So it's one.
So it's 1. So 2 pi divided by 1 is 2 pi. 2 period is just 2 pi.
Did you also print off log properties? Or is they, are these mine?
No, did you print them off too?
Yeah, I do, but I don't punch holes.
Okay.
Log properties.
Got it.
Negative.
Okay, so what'd you get for this that first one? Anybody get that one? Or did y'all find these?
1.
I found
I got
both.
negative.
I found the positive sides.
Positive one is
Got
1
one.
and 4.14.
Okay, this is 1 and this is 4.14.
So,
It doesn't matter if you found the negative ones, it's fine.
so is it 1 plus 2 pi?
So I got x equals 1 and I got x equals 4.14.
And then x
What's your relationship this time?
negative 2.1.
We're adding 2 pi or subtracting 2 pi, so I can do x equals 1 plus 2 pi in, or x equals 4.14 plus 2 pi in.
So if you did negatives, you have to subtract.
Okay.
Right, because n could be negative 1.
I'm just a little bit confused on
Okay.
how 2 pi.
Uh-huh.
Where is it?
Yes, same.
That's my period. You have to find your period and you use your equation. Look for b. B is always in front of x. So it's 1. Period is 2 pi divided by b. So 2 pi divided by 1 is 2 pi. So that's my period. And you're always, this value right
So
here
you
is
just
always
add
going
it.
to be your period.
Okay.
Okay, so try number 3.
This is probably gonna be harder.
It's interesting.
The period's pi.
Do we only have to find 2 of the?
Yeah, all you have to find are 2, a going out and a coming back in.
You just shut up.
Sorry. Don't yell at me.
No, that's all I
Okay, so I plugged it in my calculator and I found the first 2 that were over on the positive x-axis. I got 1.047 and 2.094. And then I have to figure out my period so that I can figure out the remaining answers. It is, because there was a 2 in front of my x, that's your b value. So 2 pi divided by 2, 2's would cancel and your period is just pi. Which means when I write the relationship, it's going to be 1.047 plus pi n.
Does it matter if we round those numbers? Like, no?
You're going to have to round them because they're going to come out to be weird, so.
Like my calculator didn't even give me .047. It gave me .5 and .9. .05 and .09.
You just need to change your way your calculator set. It's not giving you
Yeah, I don't know.
enough decimals. I didn't have one. Okay, so now flip to the next page.
Oh great, these are probably gonna be harder.
Notice that it is no longer equal to 0.
Negative 1.
It's okay. You're going to put negative 1 in y2, and now if you were looking for zeros, now you're looking for intersects.
Oh yeah. really, it's hard
Do we
for
have
me to
any
make
names?
Mr. Lowry's too, because he likes like
Is there any meetings?
Aw.
What the?
God, dude.
Oh.
Pardon me.
How many intersections do you need to find? 2? Do we just need an A?
Float as many as you want, or you can put it on mix. How many, okay, float gives you as many decimals as it can or as are necessary. So example, if the answer was 1/2, it's just gonna give you 0.5. But if I say fix 3, it's gonna give you 0.5. It's always gonna give you 3.
Just there.
So does he,
I like that.
how many do you want? Just, is that how many you want?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, because I needed this one.
Would you put the second part at 0?
So do we need to do it all we need is X
Oh,
and
that's
these 2
the
again?
one that was on.
No, that's it.
How do you get those lines again? Is the
What did you
period
get?
pi?
Yeah.
I did too.
No.
That's tangent.
Would the period be 2 pi?
So is that it? You did pi 2?
Remember the formula for tangent is not 2 pi over b, it's
I don't know, it, look.
Like,
Okay,
Click the word.
so this is tangent. Don't forget that changes how you find your period.
awesome.
Awesome sauce.
Okay, so it looks like that. This time I'm doing an intersect because I do not have, it's not equal to 0. So I got negative 7.853. That was the
Wait.
first one. Doesn't matter which
Yeah.
one you find. Mine just happened to be already on the one that was right in the middle. So I get negative 7.785. That's probably enough.
I need 2.35.
Okay, so now here's the thing about tangent. There isn't a going in the water and a coming back out of the water answer. Not for tangent. Tangent goes down,
Not for tangent.
and it goes down again, and it goes. So once you have found one answer for tangent, that's all you need.
This announcement is from Mr. Bivens. Youth Alive will meet today in the library to take a picture. Thank you.
The period of this equals pi because there is nothing in front of my x, which means there's a 1. Pi divided by 1 is pi. So your relationship is just negative 0.785 plus pi n.
Right.
Wait, is it not the 2 pi over b anymore?
Not for tangent. Tangent and cotangent are pi over b, not 2 pi over b.
Would you put your calculator?
I didn't.
We changed the answers to get on.
Oh, to get the decimal 2 pi? Is that what you want, the more decimals? Hit menu and go to 8. And then it just depends on what you want. Right now yours is floating 3. If you can either float more, or you can fix how many decimal places.
Yeah.
No, it's a half pi. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Are you physics? Okay, then what I would do is, click on that. And scroll all the way down, so you go way down to fix 3.
You already said you were eating somewhere else.
I guess I'll just take it. Yeah, I'm not doing much of it. I'm done with hiding, but I guess I'll just keep going.
Now go down.
I already got plans.
Just give up.
Okay, so keep going, and this is your assignment. Finish this.
That's not.
All of them?
So
Dude,
literally.
there's only like 3 more.
Good lord, Miss May, I can't do it.
I'm just.
This last one was hard.
What?
Jetman.
There's a sign and, oh, I can, wait, no.
I'm
No, I
just
can't do
trying
that.
to get you to go.
You're not gonna ask me if I'm so dumb.
Like,